Roxana, but casi nadie me dice Roxana, aparte del gobierno y los hospitales. Todos me dicen Roxy o Rox, y pues para mi mamá soy Rosy. Pero yo tengo 20 años. Sorry guys, I'm a little nervous. Pero tengo 20 años, soy parte de la comunidad de Mother Cabrini, y también soy una guía en la comunidad. So les voy a hablar un poquito sobre mí y de mi vida y de mi... How do I hold it? Like right here? Okay. Y de my journey en Iskali. So para empezar, voy a empezar cuando tenía 12 años, o casi 12 años, cumpliendo 13 años. Yo ya iba a la iglesia, iba con mi mamá todos los domingos, íbamos a rezar el rosario. Los jueves íbamos al círculo de oración y yo recuerdo que yo era la más feliz, brincando y alabando, con todos los señores, like older people. Y yo estaba ahí bien chiquita, pero tenía una alegría tan grande de estar ahí junto a mi mamá y poder sentir el amor que ella tenía por Dios. Y yo también sentía ese amor por Dios. Entonces, me acuerdo, tenían un retiro para jóvenes, pero la edad era como de 15 para arriba. Y yo quería ir, pero yo tenía 13 años, no podía ir. I didn't meet the requirements. And me acuerdo que ni Facebook tenía porque no era para mí, right? Pero le dije a mi hermano, por favor, hazme un Facebook porque le quiero mandar mensaje a la coordinadora de el grupo juvenil para ver si me deja ir al retiro. So I made a Facebook and I shot a message and I was like, hi, I know I'm 12 years old, but I'm Maria's sister and I want to come to the retreat. And I know that, it's 15 and up, but if you would let me, I would love to be there. And she said yes. And I went and I had a great experience. I met a lot of beautiful people, some of them who are here today. And that's when it kind of started. Estuve allí por un tiempo, también serví en el ministerio de monaguillos, pero lamentablemente a la edad de 14 y 15 años, en el 2018, falleció una amiga mía, and it took a toll on my life. I didn't think it was gonna take such a big toll, but it did. That was in July of 2018, and it caught up to me in October of 2018. We were prepping for a retreat that I was gonna be serving, and I was a sophomore in high school, and I was going through it really bad. Los únicos momentos en los cuales yo me sentía feliz eran en el grupo juvenil, saliendo de misa, cantando con los jóvenes, and just, sharing the joy of the gospel that we had. Pero cuando llegaba a casa, it was like un vacío enorme, like a sadness that just kind of plagued my little mind. And me acuerdo, me encerré en el baño una noche y mi mamá entró y me dice, ¿qué tienes? Y le digo, estoy muy triste y casi todos los días me siento triste. No sé por qué, pero me siento muy triste. Y creo que, I'm depressed, And muchas veces, I know, just a quick reference, right, to, La Rosa de Guadalupe, when you, hear about depression, parents just kind of disregard it. And así me sentí yo, como que mi mamá, she just disregarded it. Me dijo, échale ganas. Tú nada más échale ganas, que aquí me tienes a mí. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna keep going, keep living, y le voy a echar ganas. In that month of October 2018, I had my first suicidal attempt. And thankfully, I am here. But I didn't feel thankful for a couple of years. And that was because I couldn't recognize that I was loved. After that happened, I indulged in things like going out to party, drinking, me rebelé, against my mom. No llegaba a la casa, no le mandaba mensaje, no le llamaba para que ella supiera que yo estaba bien, que I was going to come home tonight. And that happened for maybe when I was 14 through 16. So I was going through it really bad. I wasn't going to church. I wasn't praying. I wasn't, I had no relationship with God in those years in my life. And a mí me hacía una falta de amor. Yo quería amor. encontraba a unos amigos, like, en una fiesta, and, like, yo les caía bien, y decía, okay, like, ellos me pueden tener amor, like, maybe, like, they'll love me for me, or, like, un muchacho por ahí que te ofrece lo que, you know, like, it sounds nice, and it sounds promising, y yo, pues, okay, like, maybe él me puede dar el amor que tanto me falta, and así me la pasé por un tiempo, just looking for love in people, in places, in drugs, in experiences that really weren't benefiting me to an extent. And then when I was like 18, well, when I turned 18, for a couple years prior to that, a friend of mine who I met at that youth group had been like asking me every year, like, hey, are you 18 yet? Like, are you 18 yet? And I was like, no, not yet, you know? And he'd be like, well, you sure act 18 for your age, whatever that meant. And so then I got the invitation from him, I got the invitation from his brother, and I was kind of just like, no, I don't want to go because, you know, like, I've already been through this, I've served retreats like this. But thankfully, I came. I remember being in the parking lot that day, and I told his brother, put my stuff back in the car because I don't want to go in, because I'm going to start panicking and there's too many people. And he's like, what happened to you, you know? Like, I was young when I first met him. I was 13 years old. And people would always tell me this one word, like, about Roxy and who Roxy was. And it was like charisma, like Roxy has charisma, you know? And I felt like in all those years, like, I lost the genuine charisma. But thankfully, after living that retreat, I was able to recognize the love that God had for me. It was in Santissimo that night that I really realized, like, I am loved. And I've been looking for it in the wrong places because this whole time it's been right in front of me. And I couldn't look down, like, de pena, de vergüenza, de, like, sentirme, like, unworthy, unvaluable of God's love because of the things that I had done, the things that I had put myself to, like, through. I felt like I couldn't look at him, but then I couldn't hold my neck down. So I looked up at him, and sin pensar, like yo dije, okay, like, no me importa la persona que está al lado de mí, or if somebody's looking at me, o si me veo fea cuando estoy chillando, like, this is what I feel, and I'm gonna let it out because I love him and I want him to know that I know he loves me. And that's when I realized, you know, like, I've always been loved. When I was 12, I was loved. When I was 14, going through whatever it is that I went through, I was loved, and he loved me. And even till this day, he still loves me. Y no les voy a mentir, sí se me hizo difícil. I know Timothy said something earlier that stuck out to me, and he said something about, like, even after encountering the beauty, doubt still comes in. And that was, like, where it all started, where I encountered his beauty and where he spoke to me with his beauty, and I saw it, that I was able to realize that there was so much beauty in my life. And I saw it in my mom, the person that I neglected, the person that I said, it's too late for you to love me. I don't want your love. I don't want your forgiveness. It's too late for you. Me acuerdo ese domingo cuando vi a mi mamá, no le dije nada. Me arrodillé frente de ella, and I told her that I was sorry and that I loved her with all my heart, and that I was really sorry for judging her, for allowing her mistakes to define her. And me siento muy feliz de poder decirles que mi mamá es mi mejor amiga. I love that woman. If I could brag about her, I'll brag about her because she's A1, she's a champion, and I love her so much. She keeps me going every single day. Y gracias a poder darme cuenta del amor que Dios me tiene a mí, también me di cuenta del amor que mi mamá me tiene a mí. Y por eso yo siento amor por el mundo. He also said something, Mr. Timothy, about seeing others through the eyes of God. And that was hard for me to do because I felt like others couldn't see me through the eyes of God. I felt judged, I felt ashamed, you know, I felt belittled, and I couldn't look at others with love, with joy, with hope. And I can do that now. And it's because I have realized and I have recognized truly that I am loved by God. There's a lot of beautiful people here. I know that life is a struggle, but life is a beautiful struggle. And I do want to tell you that no matter what it is that you're going through, no matter what it is that you think makes you less or, doesn't make you enough or doesn't make you worthy, to him it doesn't matter. Cuando él te mira a los ojos, él no ve tus pecados, él no ve tus imperfecciones, él no ve, tus debilidades, He looks at you in the likeness and image of God. And, I want to remind each and every one of you that you are beloved by God. Todos somos amados por Dios. And just to end, I have a little prayer that I want to share with you guys. And just kind of hold it dear to you. Whatever resonates with you, just allow it to sink in your heart. Dear Father, I want to be free of the negative labels I have placed on myself and learn to walk in my true identity as beloved. Give me the awareness and courage to not live one more day like this, feeling less than all you say I am. Help me draw close to you. You can renew my mind. Help me walk in the truth of your word. Amen.